Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramhamsa Pravara Jakacharya Ashtatara Shada Shri Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Paramhamsa Pravara Jakacharya Ashtatara Shada Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namachari Haridas Thakur Ki. Ramse Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shayamakund Radhakund Griya Govardhana Ki. Vrindana Dhamma Ki. Mathur Dham Ki. Navadvip Dham Ki. Jagannath Pur Dham Ki. Bhakti Devi Ki. Tulasi Devi Ki. Yamuna Mai Ki. Ganga Mai Ki. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Praladalaine Hiranyakasipurvakshaha Silatanka nakalaye Ito narsimha parato narsimho narsimho Yato yato yami tato narsimha Yato yami tato narsimha Bahir narsimho hrudaye narsimho hrudaye narsimho Narasimhamadim sharanam prapade Avakara kamalavare naka adbhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringam keshavadrita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नरसिंहदेव भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज टू असेंबल टू
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Ananjana Shalakaya Chakshurandritanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanyamanovistam Apitam Yena Bhutale Amrupa Gadamaya Dadati Swapadam Chikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangsha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tvang Sujivam Advaitam Sadvadutam Original Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Ditang Cha He Krishna Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Avunitanda Yadvaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Text 26, chapter 10, 523. page in the temple. Chapter 10, text 26. We'll read the Sanskrit together, and then we'll read the translation together also. Text 26. Ashvata sarva vikshanam devashinam jadaraha gandharvanam chittarata siddhanam kapilo muni. Translation. Of all trees, I am the holy fig tree.
And among sages and demigods, I am Narada. Of the singers of the gods, Gandharvas, I am Chittarata. And among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila.
Text 27. Uchai Shravasam Ashvanam Vidibam Amitod Bhavam Aravatam Gajendranam Narapam Naradapam. Translation. Of horses know me to be
Uchai Shrava, who rose out of the ocean, born of the elixir of immortality. Of lordly elephants, I am Airavata, and among men, I am the monarch.
28. Ayudhanam aham bhajram Yenam asmikamaduk Prajanaschasmi kandarpa Sarpanam asmi vasukihi. Translation. Of weapons I am the thunderbolt.
Among cows, I am the Sarabi, givers of abundant milk. Of procreators, I am Kandarpa, the god of love, and of serpents, I am Vasuki, the chief.
Antaschasmi naganam Bhuroga samaham Pitrinamayamantrasmi Yamat samyamatamaham. Translation. Of the celestial Naga snakes,
I am Ananta. Of the aquatic deities, I am Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama. And among the dispensers of law, I am Yama, the lord of death.
30. Praladas chasmi daityanam Kala kalayatamaham Mrigalam chamagindroham Ainateyas chapakshinam.
Among the Daita demons, I am the devoted Prahlad. Among subduers, I am Time. Among the beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda, the feathered carrier of Vishnu.
31. Pavana pavatam asmi Nima ama shastrabhutam maham Dashanam makaras chasmi Shotasam asmi janadi.
Translation. Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges.
32. Sarganam adyantascha Madhyam chavaham arjuna Adhyatma vidya vidyanam Pada prabhavatamaham.
Translation. Of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna. Of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth.
33. Aksharanam akarosmi Dandva samasikasya cha Ahame vakshaya kalo Tataham vishvatomukam.
Translation. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compounds, I am the dual word. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma, whose manifold faces turn everywhere.
34. Mrityu sarvaharas chaham Udbhavas chabhavishitam Kirti Shri Vakchunayinam Smriti Medhajati Shama.
Translation. I am all-devouring death, and I am the generator of all things yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience.
35. Brihat samatata samnam Gayatri chandasamaham Vasanam magashishoham Vidunam kusumakarha.
Translation of hymns, I am the Brihat Sama, sung to the Lord Indra, and of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse, sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December, and of seasons, I am the flower-bearing spring.
Excuse me. 36, last one tonight. Jutam chalayatam asmi Tejas tejas vinamaham Teosmi vyasadevosmi Vyasasayosmi Sattvam sattvatamaham.
Translation, I am also the gambling of cheats, and of the splendid, I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong.
Going back to 26. Someone can read the translation and purport.
Of all trees, I am the holy fig tree, and among sages and demigods, I am Narada. Of the singers of the gods, Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha, and among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila. Purport. The fig tree, Ashvata, is one of the most beautiful and highest trees, and people in India often worship it as one of their daily morning rituals. Amongst the demigods, they also worship Narada, who is considered the greatest devotee in the universe. Thus, he is the representation of Krishna as a devotee. The Gandharva planet is filled with entities who sing beautifully, and among them, the best singer is Chitraratha. Amongst the perpetually living entities, Kapila is considered an incarnation of Krishna, and his philosophy is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Later on, another Kapila became famous, but his philosophy was atheistic. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between them.
Okay, 27. Translation and purport.
Translation of horses know me to be Uchai Shrava, who rose out of the ocean, born of the elixir of immortality. Of lordly elephants, I am Airavata, and among men, I am the monarch. Purport. The devotee demigods and their demons, Asuras, once took a sea journey. On this journey, nectar and poison were produced, and Lord Shiva drank the poison. From the nectar were produced many entities, of which there was a horse named Uchai. Another animal produced from the nectar was an elephant named Airavata. Because these two animals were produced from nectar, they have special significance, and they are representatives of Krishna. Amongst the human beings, the king is the representative of Krishna, because Krishna is the maintainer of the universe, and the kings, who are appointed on account of their godly qualifications, are maintainers of their kingdoms. Kings like Maharaj Yudhisthira, Maharaj Parikshit, and Lord Rama were all highly righteous kings who always thought of the citizens' welfare. In Vedic literature, the king is considered to be the representative of God. In this age, however, with the corruption of the principles of religion, monarchy decayed and is now finally abolished. It is to be understood that in the past, however, people were more happy under righteous kings.
Anyone has any questions as we go along? I see. Okay, 28.
28 translation. Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am the Surabhi, givers of abundant milk. Of procreators, I am Kandarpa, the god of love, and of serpents, I am Vasuki, the chief.
So this indicates that Gandharpa, who means Cupid, god of love, he's a procreator. A procreator, I am Gandharpa. In other words, lust is meant to be dovetailed into producing good quality children. In other words, the sex organ is meant to be used for that purpose solely. is not meant for just trying to increase one's temporary sense gratification. It's meant for special purpose, reproduction, and producing good children. So that's why Kandarpa, we shouldn't think that Kandarpa, being Cupid, is just interested in encouraging lust for the sake of lust. The real business of the procreators is to produce good quality children. Then the world becomes a wonderful place. It's like now, there's so many things going on which are detestful, murdering people in when they go for theater or when they go out, when they go to school. It's become so senseless now. It's madness. And yet this is what our society produces. It's like madly engage in causing great pain to living entities in the form of slaughterhouse. And the result of this is karmic reactions that people themselves have to pay as they deliver suffering to others. They get it returned. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. But it's a difficult situation. But if one understands Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, then everything makes sense because this age is foretold. It's prayana payusaksavya lavasmin yuge janaha manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hibridutaha. Age, people are short living. Prayana payusaksavya lavasmin yuge janaha. They're unlucky, short living, and bewildered. So this is the way things are in the Kali Yuga. Since the Vedas tell us, they warn us, then we're not into some false illusion thinking we're going to make everything in the world better place to live. If you want to make it a better place to live, that's good. Then you have to do it the way Krishna wants. Because Krishna is actually the controller. It's his business. So if we want to make a better place to live for children, grandchildren, then give them Krishna consciousness. Pass on, do as much as you can do for the Krishna conscious movement. That's real welfare work. And welfare work begins with Bharata. Those who are born in Bharatvarsha, they should do good to themselves and to others by becoming Krishna conscious. Okay? Purport?
The thunderbolt, indeed a mighty weapon, represents Krishna's power. In Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, there are cows which can be milked at any time, and they give as much milk as one likes. Of course, such cows do not exist in this material world, but there is mention of them in Krishna Loka. The Lord keeps many such cows, which are called Surabhi. It is stated that the Lord is engaged in herding the Surabhi cows. Kandarpa is the sex desire for presenting good sons. Therefore, Kandarpa is the representative of Krishna. Sometimes sex is engaged in only for sense gratification. Such sex does not represent Krishna, but sex for the generation of good children is called Kandarpa and represents Krishna.
Good. Okay, 29. Someone can read the translation and purport.
Of the celestial Naga snakes, I am Ananta. Of the aquatic deities, I am Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama. And among dispensers of law, I am Yama, Lord of Death. Purport. Among the many celestial Naga serpents, Ananta is the greatest, as is Varuna among the aquatics. They both represent Krishna. There is also a planet of trees presided over by Aryama, who represents Krishna. There are many living entities who give punishment to the miscreants, and among them Yama is the chief. Yama is situated in a planet near this earthly planet, and after death, those who are very sinful are taken there, and Yama arranges different kinds of punishments for them.
Text 30. Someone read the translation and purport.
Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlada. Among subduers, I am Time. Among the beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garuda, the feathered carrier of Vishnu. Purport. Diti and Aditi are two sisters. The son of Aditi are called Adityas, and the son of Diti are called Daityas. All the Adityas are devotees of the Lord, and all the Daityas are atheistic. Although Prahlad was born in the family of the Daityas, he was a great devotee from his childhood. Because of his devotional service and godly nature, he is considered to be a representative of Krishna. There are many subduing principles, but time wears down all things in the material universe and so represents Krishna. Of the many animals, the lion is the most powerful and ferocious, and of the million varieties of birds, Garuda, the bearer of Lord Vishnu, is the greatest.
Okay, 31.
So, of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle, O Arjuna.
Wait a second.
Of purifiers, I am the wind. Of the wielders of weapons, I am Rama. Of fishes, I am the shark. And of flowing rivers, I am the Ganges. Purport. Of all the aquatics, the shark is one of the biggest, and is certainly the most dangerous to man. Thus, the shark represents Krishna. And of rivers, the greatest in India is the mother Ganges. Lord Ramachandra of the Ramayana, an incarnation of Krishna, is the mightiest of warriors.
Now, someone may say that this verse is describing Lord Parasuram, who is the wielder of the axe, Parashu. So maybe that's possible. However, this meaning that Prabhupada gives is also acceptable because there was a fight between Parshuram and Lord Ramachandra. And Lord Ramachandra was the winner. He defeated him. So therefore, it's not incorrect to say that he is a greater wielder of weapons than even Parshuram. Okay, 32.
Of all creations, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle. O Arjuna, of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self, and among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Purport. Among created manifestations, the total material elements are first created by Mahavishnu and are annihilated by Lord Shiva. Brahma is the secondary creator. All these created elements are different incarnations of the material qualities of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creation. Regarding the spiritual science of the self, there are many literatures, such as the four Vedas, the Vedanta Sutra, and the Puranas, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Gita. These are all representatives of Krishna. Among logicians, there are different stages of argument. The presentation of evidence is called japa. The attempt to defeat one another is called vitanda, and the final conclusion is called vada. The conclusive truth, the end of all reasoning processes, is Krishna.
Yes, and he says, of all sciences, I am the spiritual science of the self. So, spiritual science of the self is it includes the Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, and there's Upapuranas, and there's Vedanta Sutra, Bhagavatam, Gita. These are all sciences of the self. But strangely enough, in Kali Yuga, the topmost science is not considered very important. They don't teach it. They don't allow it to be taught in the university, even though it's a supreme science, spiritual science, because they're trying to understand what the source is. What's the original cause? But they have concluded before beginning their study that it can't be a person. How about it? It's like I was having a discussion with a scientist one time. He wanted to have a debate. So we began. He said one thing before we begin. What was that? Don't bring up religion. Don't bring up God. See, they ruled out that possibility even. Shouldn't even be included in the possibilities of their research. So how can they possibly come to the correct conclusion if they've eliminated before they began the fact that there's something supernatural, something above matter, something that's more conscious and more intelligent than we. So since they rule that idea out, how can they understand it? It's a shame that they're missing, because it answers all the questions. What's the original cause? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Raja Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The original cause of all causes is Krishna. Janmadhyasya Yataha. He's, Vedanta Sutra says, he is the source of everything, spiritual and material. Everything emanates from me, Krishna says. That's the answer. Save so much time. Just see how much energy they're putting into trying to find out the origin of the universe. Now they say it comes from void. After so much research, they say the original cause is the void. So, let's go on.
Text 33. Translation. Of letters, I am the letter A, and among compounds, I am the dual word. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma, whose manifold faces turn everywhere. Purport. Akara, the first letter of the Sanskrit alphabet, is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without Akara, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sound. In Sanskrit, there are also many compound words, of which the dual word, like Rama Krishna, is called Dwandoha.
So the letter so can we say, because we have letters, but there an A is attached. Ma, ba, ma, pa, ba, ba. All these different consonants. So it has to be a vowel, and that vowel is It's also the same in the English language. Continue.
For instance, Rama and Krishna have the same rhythm and therefore are called dual. Among all kinds of killers, time is the ultimate because time kills everything. Time is the representative of Krishna because in due course of time, there will be a great fire and everything will be annihilated.
Sometimes people say, God is love, God is beauty, God is birth, God's also destruction, God's also maintenance. God can also, he can destroy everything, destroys the whole universe in time. That's God. So one should find out, why is he doing this? Is it just a useless passion, or is there some purpose behind it? No, the universe has a great purpose. It's to elevate souls who've gone away from their natural environment. They've gone out too deep. It's like if you have the sea and people go swimming, sometimes they go too far out and they get swept out in the center of the sea. They can't get back in. So that's what's happened. The souls who have strayed away trying to enjoy a little bit too much, they have come to the material world and now they're afloat, they're drowning. And their only hope is that Krishna or Krishna's representatives, some or other, come there and drag them out, pull them out of this ocean of material suffering. Continue.
Among the creators and living entities, Brahma is the chief. The various Brahmas exhibit 4, 8, 16, etc. heads accordingly, and they are the chief creators in their respective universes. The Brahmas are representatives of Krishna.
Okay. Text 34.
I am all-devouring death, and I am the generator of all things yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, speech, memory, intelligence, faithfulness, and patience. Purport. As soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. Thus, death is devouring every living entity at every moment. The last stroke is called death itself. That death is Krishna. All species of life undergo 6 basic changes. They are born, they grow, they remain for some time, they reproduce, they dwindle, and finally vanish. Of these changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is the beginning of all future activities. The 6 opulences listed are considered to be feminine. If a woman possesses all of them or some of them, she becomes glorious. Sanskrit is a perfect language and is therefore very glorious. After studying, if one can remember the subject matter, he is gifted with good memory, or smriti. One need not read many books on different subject matters. The ability to remember a few and quote them when necessary is also another opulence.
Okay. 35.
Of hymns, I am the Bharat Sama sung to the Lord Indra, and of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December, and of seasons, I am flower bearing spring. Purport. It has already been explained by the Lord that amongst all the Vedas, The Samaveda is rich with beautiful songs played by the various demigods. One of these songs is the Bharat Sama, which has an exquisite melody and is sung at midnight. In Sanskrit, there are definite rules that regulate poetry, rhyme, and meter are not written whimsically, as in much modern poetry. Amongst the regulated poetry, the Gayatri Mantra, which is chanted by the duly qualified Brahmanas, is the most prominent. The Gayatri Mantra is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam because the Gayatri Mantra is especially meant for God realization. It represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people, and when one attains success in chanting it, he can enter into the transcendental position of the Lord. One must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person, the qualities of goodness according to the laws of material nature, in order to chant the Gayatri mantra. The Gayatri mantra is very important in Vedic civilization and is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahman. Brahma is its initiator and is passed down from him in disciplic succession. The months of November and December are considered the best of all months because in India grains are collected from the fields at this time, and the people become very happy. Of course, spring is season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and the trees blossom and flourish. In spring, there are also many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastimes. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all the seasons, and it is the representative of Supreme Lord Krishna.
36.
I am also the gambling of cheats, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of the strong. Purport. There are many kinds of cheaters all over the universe. All cheating processes, gambling stands supreme, and therefore represents Krishna. As the supreme, Krishna can be more deceitful than any mere man. If Krishna chooses to deceive a person, no one can surpass him in his deceit. His greatness is not simply one-sided, it is all-sided. Among the victorious, he is victory. He is the splendor of the splendid. Among enterprising industrialists, he is the most enterprising. Among adventurers, he is the most adventurous. And among the strong, he is the strongest. When Krishna was present on earth, no one could surpass him in strength. Even in his childhood, he lifted Govardhan Hill. No one can surpass him in cheating. No one can surpass him in splendor. No one can surpass him in victory. No one can surpass him in enterprise. And no one can surpass him in strength.
These are some of the opulences of the Absolute. And by hearing about these qualities of the Lord, we become purified. Because we're turning our attention away from matter, from Maya. Now we're turning towards the spiritual world. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sarapasantiyat Sure. The advanced souls, they make their goal going back to Godhead. If we want to go back to Godhead, we have to become Krishna conscious so that we'll be happy there, engaged in Krishna service. If we're not accustomed to being engaged in Krishna service here, it won't be suited to go there. Because everyone there is going to be serving Krishna. They're all great devotees. But those who are not devotees, they don't like to be with devotees. Because devotees are always absorbed in Krishna service. They don't want to do any so-called enjoyable things like the non-devotees like to do. So we have to cultivate that desire to be with Krishna. Means it has to transform itself into devotional service. Because that's the way to attain spiritual world is through devotional service. Meditation and performing sacrifices, these are recommended for other ages. But for Kali Yuga, it's recommended that one chant and be fully engaged in devotional service. Everyone can do, because chanting is so easy. Even a child can do it. And by chanting, we all have time to chant. We have 24 hours in a day. So if we take 2 hours for chanting the Mahamantra, it's a good use of energy. It's a good allocation of time, because there's nothing that does better for one than chanting. For example, the stress and the strain of today's lifestyle is so difficult. Everything's become very complicated. Yeah. Now, instead of going and walking to get something, even from the store, we have to log on and get order for UPS to come. They have to pick it up. They have to drop it off. And we have to check the tracking and this and that. They make promises. It's so complicated to make a bank account. And the poor children are taught these things. They don't know how to walk practically. They have to do everything on the car and airplane. So it's a lot of stress. And we're told that we have to make our success how much money we have. If we have a lot of money, that means we're successful. But to get a lot of money is not always so easy. It takes a lot of work. And if one's karma is not set for making a lot of money, and no matter how hard we try, we won't make it. People don't know that. Why is someone very wealthy? It's his karma. He has performed activities in the past that allow him to have that opulence now. And someone else whose karma isn't to make a lot of money, he can try, he'll just waste his time. So rather than waste time trying to get something that you won't get, and even if you're supposed to get it, you'll get it if you practice Krishna consciousness at the same time. So become Krishna conscious, you'll get what your karma is going to give you anyway, and you'll use it in Krishna service. If you're not going to be wealthy, it's fine. You remain humble and you do service that way. A lot less strain and stress. And if you're supposed to become very wealthy, like our Ambarish Prabhu, born in the Ford family, he's got millions and millions of dollars. Use it for Krishna. Make a big program for glorifying Krishna. The Temple of Vedic Planetarium is a project that Krishna has given specially to him to lead that program. And that's wonderful. He didn't lose his money because he practiced Krishna consciousness, chanting 2 hours Hare Krishna a day. No. His karma was already set to receive that, and he got it. And now he's using it in the proper way. Use it for Krishna's glorification. Anything? Yeah. Here.
I was wondering, can someone work hard to get the fruit of good karma in this lifetime? Like they work hard and become wealthy in this lifetime? Or is it that they only get the fruit of the karma from their last lifetime in this life?
Well, it's like once we begin this life, it's charted out. It's already determined what type of body you're going to get. What several things are mentioned there that they're going to happen. How you handle them, some of them reactions may come quickly, some maybe. It's like there's beach and there's a seed, and then there's a sprouted, and then there's a fruit. So it's all different parts of the same reaction. So there are some reactions that are waiting or we're experiencing now. For example, if I have good health or bad health, or I'm getting the reaction from my past activities now. Some of them will be coming up later. I'll be getting those in the future. So it's all very elaborately arranged by the Lord and his demigods, that the soul is given all these reactions to his past deeds. And if he uses it properly, whatever my karma is, let me use it for Krishna. Then that's perfection. Then I don't have to go through karma anymore. That's called akarma. Now he's engaging in devotional service. It won't produce any material reactions. Same question.
I was wondering what you just said about the using good or bad karma in Krishna's service. I was wondering how one can use his bad karma in Krishna consciousness.
Well, let's say we're not brilliant scholarly person. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. He doesn't have to. It's not that studying the scriptures and being a great scholar, Sanskrit scholar, is the only way. It is a way. Certainly, it is a process that can help one advance. But if he doesn't have that inclination or that ability, then he can chant Hare Krishna and achieve perfection. Even if one, let's say one doesn't have good looks, not so beautiful, so people are not so attracted to him. That's better. Then he can get out of this material world. Otherwise, if he's very attractive or she's very attractive, they'll always be getting so much attention, so much opportunity for sense gratification. It's very difficult then to get out of this material world. So if one doesn't have those things, then he can. It's said that Chanakirpana was saying, even if one is not good looking, but he becomes beautiful or she becomes beautiful if they become a devotee. That's their beauty. That beauty is to become over. So many ways we can use bad karma. Just like if one's karma is not to live too long, that's generally considered as unfortunate. But we hear that there was a sage and he was giving benedictions, and to the strict brahmachari, young brahmachari, he gave the benediction: you die young, die immediately, and go back to God. Because he was engaged in the austerities, tapasa, brahmacharya, jnana, samana, damana. He was doing all those things. So out of his causeless mercy, the sage gave him the opportunity to go back now. So bad karma can be also used in Christian services. So many examples. Look at Sudama Brahmana. He was so poor, he didn't even have any food in his house. He had to borrow food. His wife, she was telling him, "You're so poor. Why don't you go get some wealth?" He was satisfied though. He thought this is a great benediction for them. So, because of that poorness, his wife encouraged him to go and see Krishna and ask him for some help. So he went to see Krishna. That was because of his poverty. That was the excuse. But actually, it was the real thing was he got to see the Lord. He had to come to the association of the Lord. That was the most wonderful thing. You could say that the Pandavas, their karma is quite interesting. Losing their father at a young age and being raised by an uncle who's not dealing fairly with them. And then gambling match, cheating gambling match, taking their empire away. So many things. But they, in all circumstances, they took shelter of Krishna. And therefore, that's why Kunti prays that, my Lord, let the calamities come again and again. Because when we get calamities, we get to you come and save us. Stop there. Thank you very much. Bhagavad Gita ki jai.